the Comic DF.
What is up, besties? It is your girl, the Karmic DF, back to you again with another video. This time, I want to take a look at this Danny Masterson thing. Now, if you haven't seen on the news already, he has been sentenced, I believe, 30 years to life for, essaying women. And right away, when I was reading the news article, it just gave me a horrible ick feeling that Ashton Kutcher and his wife, wrote to the judge speaking of what a great character he is. So I want to take a look at why they would plead his case given the fact of what he did. So we're definitely going to look at that. I also want to take a look at his family dynamic in terms of how he really is with the family, because I don't know, coming from someone who constantly reads people's cards and just has common sense, people that are abusive don't exactly stop with a family. Although I know it was not a recent event, but still, it gives me just so many bad vibes, y'all. So I'm going to kind of let the reading take its own course because, like I said, I don't do videos on the weekends usually unless I'm called to, and I was very drawn to this. So I'm going to let it do what it does best, and we're going to take a look at this. So without further ado, if you enjoyed these videos, please give it a like. It really does help support my channel. Write down in the comments below what you'd want to see in future videos. Let me know if you can fill in any of the blanks that I'm sure that I will have doing this reading. And share if you enjoy it, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. And as always, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle one more time on camera so no one can say that I picked the cards. All right, so I want to know why. What the... Why am I hearing the word gag order? What does that even mean? Can y'all tell me in the comments what a gag order is? Wait, does that mean you're being... Why do I feel like he was... Okay, because Ashton is... Okay, all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I know nothing. I'm just a girl with cards. I'm clearly lying. I have no idea. That being said, when I asked why would Ashton and Mila defend this dude, and it almost feels like they had to. It feels like I want to disconnect from you because it makes me look bad, but then I heard gag order, and then I'm seeing I'm hearing truth be told. I need more cards. I need more context. Here's Mila. What? Okay, y'all, tell me in the comments below if you know anything about their relationship, but this reads like... Why do I feel like they had a fight? And so I feel like they're not on the same page. I feel like maybe Ashton wanted to speak and Mila didn't want that to happen. There is a discrepancy here in the energy because Ashton's an Aquarius. I looked it up. Mila is a Leo. So this right away, perfect for what I'm asking. But a disconnection... This is the card of relationships and stuff. And then Page of Cups being a BS offering, especially with independence. I'm getting this feeling of Spirit, how do I explain this? Why does it feel like they had to? Why does it feel like they had to? This does not feel like I'm speaking up for my buddy. I want you to see all facets of him and he's actually a good guy and yada yada. I'm not feeling that at all. This feels like, oh, look at that. I'm being drawn to how imbalance and tension is on the card. Relationship, imbalance, and tension. Why? Who's the one that actually wanted this to go down? This is freaking weird. What is gag order? Because I keep hearing that. What does that mean? You know what I'm being shown? Because I used to love Law and Order back in the day, but now it's just it's not that I don't got an issue with it. It's just what you intake is what you become. So what you watch, what you eat, everything, it matters. And whatever. But anyway, it's giving me Law and Order when at the last minute they're oh, we have this witness, and it's it screws over the other person. But that's it feels because that witness is always forced, you know what I mean? It's giving this was a forced confession. This was a forced speak out for Danny. What? Danny's a Pisces. Oh my God. I feel like there's more to this story. I knew there was a reason I was drawn to do this. Hold up, y'all. Walking on eggshells. There is some financial shit going on in the background. Okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I feel like this could have been a money move, a money making move, which is kind of weird because like aren't Ashton and them straight? Like, but this is giving like, I don't actually want a connection with you. I don't want to be associated with you anymore. Because, oh my God, I'm being drawn to that show that came out that I actually liked until, Danny was, But The Ranch, thank you, Spirit. Where it was like Danny was removed from the show. And then all of a sudden it was like he was a ghost, right? Like nobody talked about him. It was just like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now. It's like, I feel like they did want to separate from him. And now I'm seeing like this movement in my head. I feel like they didn't actually want to testify on his behalf. I feel like either they were paid to do it allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Maybe it was like a peace offering or something. Like, hey, dude, like we've had all this time together. Like the least you can do. Like, oh my God, I'm almost feeling like a guilt trip too on top of that. What the hell is going on? Like, they know that he's toxic. They are aware of that. I almost feel like, okay, you know what I'm seeing? What I'm hearing is like backroom deal. And it's like, I'm seeing Ashton and Danny. Now I'm actually seeing them like talking at like a jail, like with the glass between them. I feel like Danny either coached him or gave him money or something like that. I almost feel like, especially with the way these cards are played out, it's like, look at how she's like looking the other way. It's almost kind of giving me like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to see this. Versus like Ashton over here saying something in the negative aspect because it's reversed, but I'm not getting this vibe of he did it because he wanted to, because right after that is financial independence is literally on the card. But anybody who reads tarot knows this is a card of independence. So why again do I feel like this is more of a payoff than it is I'm rooting for my friend even though he did something bad, or like maybe I don't believe it to be true. It's none of that. It's like I feel like I'm seeing hands shaking in my head and I'm being drawn to my prosperity Buddha. What is up with that? I knew something was off. Friction, stability, manipulation. Huh. Why am I hearing like all press is good press? And okay, side message. I don't know. See, I don't follow celebrities like that, so bear with me on this. But like what this is reading like is like any press is good press, which is like most celebrities these days. It's like even bad press, I'm being talked about. You know what I mean? And what it's giving me is almost like, you know how people are like mega famous as like actors and actresses, and then they kind of like age out almost, and then they end up being like the mom and dad of the show. And it's giving like I'm not the mega star anymore. And so it's like, because I don't really know how to create the level of wealth and publicity that I used to, I'm going to take scraps instead. So I know this sounds wild because of what I've asked, but it just feels like it was a money move. It was just another, why do these people feel like they are dead inside? Like, why am I not tapping into emotions? I don't feel any anger. I don't feel any sadness. I don't feel any nothing. All I can think about is money. If I'm being honest with you, all I can think about is money and how to make myself relevant, which should not be what I'm reading in something to do with a case about SA, dude. What the frick? Friction between two people. My stability, manipulation, communication. It's just like, what the frick? I almost want to look into that 70s show. I told y'all I'm gonna ride this. This is a weekend reading, so I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Okay. New inspiration. Victim of circumstance. Out of my element. An offer. Anything's better than nothing. Why do I feel like Danny guilted him? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. This kind of feels like, bro, like remember all the days we were together? Like, you're not gonna you're not gonna be there for me, bro. Like, oh, why do I feel like, um, why do I feel like they all got dirt on each other? Like this almost feels like, you know what it's giving me, because I think I already said it, that Danny's a Pisces and then Knight of Cups in reverse. But to the people that read tarot, I'm getting this intuitively, not from the cards. It's giving me like I have dirt on you, and so I could play dirt. You know what it's giving me? Like, okay, how do I word this, Spirit? Okay, the only thing I can think of, Spirit, is bringing me to a personal circumstance of my own. You ever have like a friend that you kind of get a bad vibe from, but maybe you're codependent still, maybe you don't love yourself fully, whatever, and you know that they're two-faced, and instead of just being like, I deserve better, bye, you just kind of play their game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving Mean Girls, except these two guys, but except that 70s show cast. It's really freaking weird. I almost want to look into that 70s show. I might. I don't know. It's just giving like I'm a part of a group dynamic. Oh, sorry. I'm part of a group dynamic, and the group itself is toxic, and I know that. So I'm going to protect myself. I'm only going to give so much, but I'm not going to get out of that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And so it's giving like if you're a female, have you ever had a female bestie that you really couldn't trust? Because been there, y'all. And it's giving like I'm not going to walk away, but I know to be careful. But I feel like they all have dirt on each other. There is more to the people that were in that 70s show. Maybe I'll look. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Ego and pride. This is all about money, dude. What the hell? Come on. Okay, slow and steady. I said this song, I think in the last video I made about tarot, pop culture. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to think when I'm channeling, but I keep hearing the Nicki Minaj song where it's like, I don't really need the D, I need the money. I need the money. It's just like there's something going on here with money. That's why he spoke on his behalf. I don't really, hold on, this is weird. Lovers. Okay, side note, why do I feel like justice will not be certain? You know what I'm hearing is like early release date or something like that. It's giving like early probation, or like I'm seeing that. Oh my God, this is how much of a goody two shoes I'm gonna show myself. Frick, the thing on your leg that makes you stay home, Spirit, ankle monitor, I think. Yeah. It's giving like there's like a double message. What I just said, because that's what I'm feeling. I feel like because that would play in him getting out. You know what I'm seeing is like I'm seeing appeals. I'm seeing early release date. I keep seeing early release date. I feel like, okay, this is giving me a better picture now. Thank you. I feel like Danny was thinking big picture, obviously, right? And I feel like, because I'm hearing snitches get stitches. I'm telling you, they got dirt on each other. It's not just one way. Bro, Danny's not the only one who's a bad guy. Shit's been going down with other people. I don't know what they've done. I haven't looked. That being said, it's giving the vibe of like, Danny's got this cocky attitude, because I know that he's a water sign, but I feel him in this King of Wands, and it's like, because of all these connections that I have, I'm still gonna try to get away with it. Like I know that he is not, in complete denial. He is in fact going to jail, but it's giving like I can control the narrative. Thank you, Spirit. I can control the narrative. I'm going to appease to you. Oh, yes. I'm going to appease to you in terms of like, look at me. I'm a father now. I have daughters of my own. Doesn't he have daughters or something? I don't know. But it's giving like I have kids of my own. Like I have changed, reformed. I just heard reformed in my head, and I'm seeing like those reality shows where it's like prisoners being, changed, reformed, whatever. It's giving a power play. I feel like this has been in the works for a while. I feel like, what I'm seeing is like people talking around like a big oval table, And it's like, how do we paint him in the best light? Which, dude, you got money like that, of course that's going to happen. You could, this is why freaking celebrities get away with, you know, I'm just going to leave it at that. But it's just giving long game. You know what I'm saying? Long game. He's thinking long game. And I feel like at one point either he did or his team did, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, someone paid Ashton or paid Ashton and his wife to be like, you're gonna speak on behalf of my character and how I'm actually a good person now so that I can get an early release date. That's what the fuck this is. Excuse my language. Oh my God. Detachment. Oh, this energy is just not comfortable. Danny is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. He is not a good person at all. He is not. He is mean. He's a bully. He threatens. I feel, you know what's, I'm seeing like, you know, when you're a kid and you get that like triangle chart of like what you need to eat, and it's like the bottom to the top with like fruits and veggies and all that stuff. It's giving like power structure, and Danny's like the worst of the bunch. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though they want to detach from him, it's like, oh my God, thank you, Spirit. I just heard that song. If we go down, then we go down together. That's the vibe. It's like, y'all are gonna work to fit my narrative, or I'm gonna out your shit. Because this is just like, ugh. Remember how earlier I was like, gag order, gag order? It's like, notice how the Ace of Swords in reverse, and like, this is the vibe of like, I'm feeling Danny in this, but this is giving me like, what could be said, what should be said is being held back from us, being held back from the case itself. It's just giving manipulation in all aspects to get the fairest deal in Danny's eyes. This is, wow. Yeah. Look at, there's 3. 1, 2, 3. He's manipulating these people. Again, with the King of Swords in reverse, that's still Danny. It's just like, my problems are going to be your problems. That's the vibe. My problems are going to become your problems. What is the bottom of the deck? This is gross. I asked why. He spoke for him. Just saying. A burden not worth having. Could Ashton or anybody get blacklisted because of Danny and the people he has connections with? Because I'm hearing like blacklisted, and I'm hearing like, I can't start my projects. I can't do what I want to do to the extent that I want to do them in. This has nothing to do with the case. Like, I should be reading something like, despite what my boy did, like, I know he's a good person now. And, I expect to see some yada yada BS. What I'm actually seeing is like shady business deals, being forced to say something I don't even believe to be true, but it'll help me. Remember in the very beginning, I was like, it'll help him get financial independence. And then look, the back deck energy is like heartbroken because he can't put out new projects. This is a burden for me. So I wonder if he's worried because like his affiliation to Danny. So I feel like there's like because what I'm seeing is like Gemini, and it's like the double energy of like, I'm hearing Jekyll and Hyde. It's like, ironic Hyde. The irony there. It's giving like, how do I explain this? There's the side of Ashton that's like, I know this isn't accurate. He's not a good dude. But at the same time, I gotta do this. But at the same time, I hate being associated with him. Because remember how I was seeing the ranch earlier, and then it was just like Danny disappeared from everybody and we just stopped focusing on him. I feel like Ashton does not want to be attached to him, but he does not have a choice, if I'm being honest. That being said, I stand by what I said, that I feel like this little clubhouse or whatever the hell got more going on than we know about. So let's look at bottom deck energy. This is about family. What did I tell you? Yeah, it's like I know better. I should stay out of this. I should keep my mouth shut, but I got to do this for the family. I'm hearing legacy. I'm hearing money. This is okay. Why is there a Seven of Swords in reverse? Huh. Okay. Who's the crooked mom? Who's the crooked mom? Is that Mila? Does she has, do they have kids? I don't freaking know. I don't follow people like that. But this is just giving a misfortune. What was that? Having a moment here, y'all. Give me. Isn't Mercury still Gatorading or whatever? Yeah, it's like, I know, I see the truth. I know who he really is. This is a bad power move for me. This is not a good look. I remember how earlier I said I don't feel like Mila is pro, like, defending Danny. If she's a mom, then this has got to be her, because that's the only thing that makes sense. But I don't freaking know if she's actually a mom or not. If anything, it's just kind of giving mom vibes because they have to take care of their family, their stability. They are together. But it's just giving, like, I'm doing this for the family. I'm doing this for my money. I'm not actually doing this because I believe he's a good person. So that being said, I want to look at, I apologize that I did not realize it wasn't on screen. I want to look into his family dynamic. And then depending, I might actually look into that 70s show, to be honest with you. But let me not force you to sit through the shuffling. All right, I'm going to shuffle one more time so y'all know I'm not doing fake cards. That being said, I'm having a really hard time shuffling my deck. And when that happens, it's usually like someone doesn't want me to know something. Someone doesn't want to be revealed, to be outed, something like that. So the fact that I've had a hard time with this deck the entire time is saying a lot already. I mean, look at this. It looks like my deck is sticky for some reason, but it's not. But I feel like that was a Freudian slip. I feel like this whole situation is sticky. All right, so I'm going to take a look at what his family life really was like. Are you kidding me right now? Well, he definitely wore the pants. Oh, you know what's being drawn to my mind is, didn't he allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, wasn't he a Scientologist or something like that? Because this is giving me, like, learned behavior of keeping your mouth shut. And I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about his wife. Because this is a union, right? And this would be him, even though he's a Pisces, I know. But it's just with him in the middle, I feel him here. This guy is very smart. Danny is smart. He's really freaking smart. And he knows how to, you know what I'm seeing is like that yarn ball thing. And it's like he knows how to weave a story. And I feel like I'm hearing like Stockholm. It's given narcissist empath. Like, I don't actually know who she is. But with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like I can't communicate my truth. Meanwhile, you got him as the King of Swords in reverse. I'm in control. What I say goes, and I'm mean. You know what I mean? So this is already not looking good, y'all. Inner conflict. How do I say this? Why does this feel like he didn't want to be with her? Well, I don't know how Scientology works per se, but this is giving like I want more options. Like I wish this was over. Like I kind of, why am I hearing Bonnie and Clyde? I feel like, and I'm hearing like compliant. How does Scientology work? If y'all know any of that, let me know in the comments, because it's giving like Mormon energy, like I control the wife type of thing. And I almost feel like she wasn't the controllable type of person. And I feel like he wanted it to be over. I mean, he doesn't want it over now because, you know, it's funny. What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like getting mail in jail. I don't know why. Because, like, oh, look at, that's like communications, the Ace of Swords, right? So there's a sword right there. And then that's like paper, right? So pen and paper. It's giving like, oh my God, I'm hearing cheaper to keeper in my head. That's, wow, this guy's great. You're totally right, Ashton. He's a great family man. Did he write that for you too? Do you ever write your own scripts, bud? Because this feels like I want it to end. Did he cheat or something? I don't know what the Scientology structure is, because respectfully, I'm sorry if somehow you're on my page and you buy into that bullshit, but how do you make a new religion? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm going to move forward here. Dude, come on. Why do I feel like she feels like she had to be with him? Like, I can't get out of this. I don't. Have we heard anything from the. I feel like she would ride too because Danny's got pull. But it's just giving like. I'd like to get out of this. I know I'm not treated right. I don't get to say what I want to say. I'm seeing like women should be. What is that saying that, men used to toxically say? Women should be seen, not heard. Thank you, Spirit. It's giving that. It's like, I wonder if he's threatened to take everything away. Oh my God, the moment I just said that, I heard the song, Can You Take It All Away? When you shoved it in my face, this pain you gave to me. I feel like he's threatened her. Like, if you say this, if you act a certain way, if you wear this, if you do this, if you talk to this person, if it's given narcissist, I'm sorry, I said what I said, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, but it's giving like she wanted to, I don't know when this switch up happened for her. I don't know if she knew the moment she got into this or if she knew a couple years later. I don't know their backstory. All I know is based on like current energy and this has been a build-up energy. She did not want to be with him. She wanted to get out. Is she a part of Scientology and wanted to get out of Scientology? I don't know because I don't know their story. But it's just giving like, what I'm hearing is hide your kids, hide your wife. I feel like he's threatened to take the child. I feel like he's threatened her with money, with finances. I'll hold it all from you. I feel like she doesn't see a way out, if I'm being honest. So that whole little script, Ashton, about him being such a great family man, I don't buy that for a hot minute. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, there's a freaking theme of just no justice for anyone around him in his life. Anyone. This guy has more pull than we know. Like, this guy knows people. He's got, what I'm hearing is I got friends in low places. It's like, even though there's no success, we're going to play the illusion. Because if I were to leave, I feel like he's threatened her. Like, finances, like, kick you out on the street. You'll have nothing. You'll be nothing without me. It's kind of like the vibe I'm hearing in my head. It's just like, I feel like he's stripped her of her ability to be a human, if I'm being honest with you. There she is, in reverse. She's an Aries. I looked that up to you. Completely apathetic. What did I say? Okay, tarot readers, you know what I'm saying here? Do you see that? Does that look like someone madly in love and supporting their spouse? Yeah, no. She's completely heartbroken and apathetic. You could argue that part of that could be because of what's going on right now, and I would agree with that, but I feel like it's a culmination of things. It is not just that. She has known that he's a piece of crap, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. She knows that she fell for his illusion. What I'm hearing is like Piscean charm, which I've only really met unevolved Pisces people so far. I mean, unless there are Pisces friends I know that I just haven't gotten their birthday. But Pisces that I have known, mostly unevolved. So I don't really know what this Pisces charm necessarily is. But it feels like maybe he like promised her the world in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do whatever you want. I'll be whoever you want. like he's a star. I mean, I don't know her backstory, but he was a mega star. You know what I mean? But now it's like she's a mix of like numb, I can't believe this is happening to me, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. It's kind of also giving a bittersweet feeling too, to be honest with you, because it's like there's this like double message here going on where it's like I'm heartbroken because of like the family itself, everything we're going through, but at the same time it's giving like at least he won't be around. At least I could be numb now instead of in pain. Like Britney Spears coming in my mind again. I swear to God, every time I read somebody, I get some form of like Britney and control, because that's like the one that we know to be true. It's giving like, again, another celebrity or someone who's tied to a celebrity that can't get away. And so even though she doesn't like being a part of this because it's like, this makes me look bad, I'm sure she's being dragged by people if she has a social media presence because she's with this man, married to this man, and still writing for this man. But I am actually going to kind of defend her a little bit and say that I think if she had an actual choice, because again, the moment I said that, I'm being drawn to Brittany. If she had a choice, she wouldn't even be with this dude. I feel like he has always been one of those people that has control over other people. He is good. He's manipulative. I think he tugs on the heartstrings of those around him. Again, unevolved water sign all day, every day. You know how like a water sign, unevolved, would just be like crying and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I never meant to do that to you. I love you. I got your back. And it's just all false promises. Like that's the freaking vibe here. It's like I fell for it and now I can't get out of it. And so I just keep hearing bittersweet because it's like him in jail is him away from her, which is so messed up because like a smidgen piece of me was kind of hoping that I would read that like somehow, even though he did these horrific things that'll never be excusable, that it didn't seep over into, but this is trauma, that it always seeps into everything if you don't deal with it, or if you're just a toxic person, you're just not going to change, But I wouldn't even be shocked if he cheated on her. I wouldn't be shocked if he said really screwed up shit to ruin her self-confidence. I would not. It just feels like I'm being beat down and beat down and beat down and beat down until I just don't have any energy left to fight with you. It's just like I'm just going to be the housewife and yes, sir, no, sir, what you say, sir. It's just giving, because I'm seeing like a Marine in my head with like the whole symbol. Ugh, I can't like put my face in, that'd be weird, but it's just giving like that whole yes sir, it's that type of vibe. And I honestly, like, my heart kind of breaks for her. Why do I feel like she thought that the kid would fix this? Because what I'm seeing is like, I know who you are. Like, Seven of Swords is deception. It's in reverse. So it's not something that I didn't know about. But then it's followed by home life and then the Sun, which usually is a card about happiness, but I'm drawn specifically to the child. And it's almost giving like, okay, this is going to sound really messed up, but you know what I'm seeing in my head? And I feel like this is more of a metaphor. I don't think she actually did this, and I don't even know if this is true. I bet this was like fake alpha males making this up, but it's giving like poking a hole in the condom so that I can have your baby so that you'll love me type energy, if that makes sense. Because it's just giving like thinking that the child will fix everything, thinking that the child will bring you back to me. Again, it's giving Stockholm. I don't like this energy at all. What did I just say? Family life, the child, home. He's emotionally, that's him. King of Cups, he's a Pisces. No movement forward. I feel like this girl has been through it because of this guy. Been through it. I don't buy that there is a happy family household. Bullshit. Had to drink something, sorry. But with family life followed by him in reverse. I mean, where'd she go? She's right there. So she's coming out as apathetic, heartbroken. The truth's out. Home life. Also, I feel like she's also upset because my home life's on display. Because the Sun is giving me like, just like a spotlight on me almost. Like I feel like oh my God, it says exposed. Look at that. Huh. Yeah, it's giving me like, who is this chick? Is she like us? Is she famous too, or is she a regular type of I should have looked into that. But again, remember how I was saying it felt like she couldn't get out? I'm seeing the movie Get Out, and then I'm being drawn to the Chariot in reverse. And then him. And look at how he's looking at the Chariot. It's like, you're not leaving me. You're not getting out. No. I feel like he controlled her, manipulated her. You know what I'm seeing is like, I don't know if it goes this far. It could be a metaphor, but I'm seeing like controlling weight, nitpicking at your weight. Maybe you put on 5 pounds and now he's pointing it out. It's just giving extreme emotional abuse. And then I'm hearing Stockholm again. So again, going back to Ashton's statement, bullshit. This woman, honestly, I feel really freaking bad for her. And if any of you are very invested in this, like if y'all have been bullying her online, if she's got socials, like, oh my God, the moment I said that, I was going to say, don't be a bully. But I just saw the whole Chris thing again where he was like, leave Brittany alone. But it's giving her, because it's like, I feel like if she had a choice, she wouldn't be in this. Yeah. There's the marriage itself. It's like, it's a contract just like everything else. He's got this boyish charm one day. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde, which is so ironic because his name was Hyde in that 70s show. But it's just giving like, I feel like he, you know what this is giving me it's like, how do I word this? I think I said it earlier, where it's like he beats her down, but I feel like he does this with everybody. It's giving unevolved water signs. Have you ever met an unevolved water sign that's trying to give you a freaking guilt trip? Woe is me. Focus on my life. Feel sorry for me. And again, if you're a water sign, you're only going to be triggered if I'm actually calling you out. So don't come for me in the comments unless that's who you are. Then maybe, do some healing work. That's all. But it's just like, this feels like the marriage itself, because Six of Pentacles is like a contract. Oh, and look how it says sharing resources. I just feel like he's used that against her. It's like, did she sign a prenup or something like that? Because it's just like, I would take everything and ruin your life. That's the freaking vibe. This guy is a monster, respectfully. Why did I just hear three's a crowd? Could she have at some point been with somebody else? Is there rumors that she was with somebody else? Could she have been with somebody else? And he have caught her potentially? Is she allowed to see other people? Is this an open thing? Because this feels like two different men. And I heard three's a crowd. Friction. This is like, I need more cards because I don't want to assume. What is with all this energy? Okay, I don't know this family story. I don't know their life. But allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Maybe she talked to somebody else. Maybe she was DMing somebody. Maybe she was only having like oh, I burped. That must mean it's true. There's just so much male energy all up on this, surrounded by relationship, the Hierophant. And notice how these two dudes are looking in opposite directions. It's like, I feel like she was caught talking to someone else. That's not him. Because you know what I feel like? Okay. I feel like this is Danny, the King of Wands in reverse. And I feel like this is some guy that I don't know who he is. Because I can't, this is not an energy I know. Because like I'm tapping into energies. I don't know this guy. I don't know him. But it's like she had a choice. Remember how I said early she wanted to get out? I feel like, notice how like relationship commitment is right in the middle. And then these two are sideways, right? So it's like I could stay in the past and be verbally abused, right? Because this is how he is, immature, whatever. Or I could go with this King of Pentacles and have slow, consistent growth. I feel like there was another guy at some point, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if it became anything. I don't know if I'm telling you something you already know. Maybe it was in the news. I don't know how long. I know they've been together for like a long time. So maybe they broke up and got with somebody and that's who I'm picking up on. I don't really know. But I feel like there was another guy. What I'm hearing is like knight in shining armor. And I feel like maybe he could have got her out. I don't feel like he's someone that's involved with like Scientology. I don't feel like this is a guy that is manipulative. I don't feel like this is a guy that's cruel. I feel like this is a guy that's slow and steady. I feel like this is a guy that's calm, maybe kind. Just another guy that's focused on money, which is pretty normal for pretty much any male energy. That being said, we really need to work on the system here. But there's another guy. Oh, I wonder. You heard it here first. I wonder if eventually she might start seeing someone else. Like after he's in jail for a while. Because you know how like if it was a Stockholm type of situation, you know what I mean? And now he's in jail for 30 years, I believe is what they said. But I keep hearing like 15 served like time served probation. Like I feel like he's going to get out early. Like I can almost guarantee he's going to get out early. But this feels like waiting for the right opportunity and then getting with the guy she wanted to be with to begin with. There's another guy here. There's definitely another guy here that also kind of gave her promises, kind of like a savior, like realize your worth. Like I feel like this guy's more tapped into his feminine energy than that being said, I don't think he's like the most, you know, emotionally centered person, because if you're attracted to someone with Stockholm and all these traumas, then you got to have some issues too, because that's how energy works. But it's just giving like knight in shining armor. Literally, it's like, I have an offer to give you. I would not be shocked. I don't think this is going to happen right away. I don't even know if it'll happen in like the media, but I feel like there's a guy on the back burner that she's always been into. Danny knew about him, and I feel like she wants to go after it once all of this, I just heard when the dust settles. So y'all, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, I feel like there's another guy. Let's move on. Yeah, weary. Yeah, she's worried. What did I just say? Juggling? How many court cards just showed up? There was what, 4? And I picked up on 2 men, and now juggling between 2. But again, I feel like it's all up to how much control would he have once he's in jail. Because again, it's like I could lose it all with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And she's weary of it. And notice, I've never actually noticed this before. Notice how he's got this bandage on his head. It's just giving me like abuse survivor. It's like I'm hearing the song Bruised and Scarred. It was like an emo band in the millennial era. I can't think of it right now. But it's just giving like I'm weary. I'm feeling divorce, and it's like I would lose money, and so it's like, is it worth trying to choose myself, or should I just deal with the fact of like being a single mom until he gets out of jail? At least I don't have to be around him while he's gone, type of thing. This is really sad, honestly. Where's the child in this? Because I'm not feeling any child energy. Child? No. Here comes Mr. Motherfuck. Yeah, she don't know what to do. She wants to Doesn't that speak for itself? I feel like that speaks for itself. I feel like that was enough, because I looked at their family. First of all, I'm not even seeing anything about the kid. I don't think he gives a shit about the kid. I feel like the kid is just kind of like it just happened, you know? It just, whatever, it is what it is. I have a child. It's giving like deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? It's just like she's stuck at a crossroads. She wants to leave everything behind. I think she's more concerned about finances, how I'm going to support me and my child. There's another guy in the picture that she is definitely interested in. Danny knows about this. I feel like he's threatened her. But it's more like you won't have anything. You won't have a leg to stand on type energy. Let's see the bottom deck of this. What did I ask? Because oh yeah, family, right. Okay. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Wish fulfillment, to be free because I am being controlled. The Emperor, that's someone that's a power figure. I just asked about family. This is horrible. But also like kind of happy for her. But at the same time, it's like he was power hungry in general, in all aspects of his life, in career, in finances, in the fake freaking excuse for a marriage that I've ever seen, because I don't feel any love in this at all. And I feel like part of her is just like, go. Like, I'm glad. I'm hearing the song, I'm glad you came. But then it's like, I'm seeing him go. So it's like, maybe like, I'm glad you came to jail. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe. It's like, you were using your power in the wrong way. It was my wish to get away from you, and now I'm getting it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm trapped. I don't know how to get out. I'm defensive because of money. Yeah. So, with that being said, to extend this reading, I got to look at the 70 show. I have to. I want to look at all the characters, to be honest with you. I want to pull a card for each character, and maybe we'll get some sort of information. So hold on a sec, guys. Okay, shuffle one more time for you guys on camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each person. So I'm going to start with, okay, I'm going to mess up because some of them I'm going to call them by their actor names. And some of them I'm going to call them by what their name was in the 70 show. So we're going to look at the energy of Fez, aka Wilmer. Okay, next would be Ashton. Okay, next would be Mila. Next would be Hyde, aka Danny. Next would be Donna. Yeah, that makes sense. And last would be Eric. Okay. I did not realize you could not see all the cards. What? How did that happen? We'll just do that then. Okay. So Wilmer being first, I feel like he was just focused on the money. He was just focused on the bag when it came to that show. It just feels like he was trying to lift off his career. Feels like, I don't know, was it like his first major acting? I feel like it probably was for each person that was on the show, but it just feels like I'm just trying to build a legacy for myself. I don't feel anything too bad in that card. Again, it just feels like I'm working hard. I'm playing hard. This doesn't feel like someone who is toxic in any, I might have to actually look into him. If you want me to look into any of these people, let me know. But it's just giving me like, I'm just trying to build status. Like I'm seeing IMDb and I'm seeing like multiple movies, multiple TV shows. It just feels like I'm trying to build something for myself. Ashton being the next one. With the Ace of Wands, there's just like a new creative spark, new opportunity. Did he help with this show? Like, did he co-write? Did he offer suggestions? Because it almost feels like either he wanted to offer his 2 cents or he helped create the show in some sense. I feel like, because like what I'm seeing is like producer chairs and I'm seeing like him talking to them. And I feel like he had a say in how the show played out, if I'm being honest. I also feel like he might have been a slut on the show too, because I gotta acknowledge that the Ace of Wands is usually the D card. So do we know anything about his history when he was on the show in the beginning? Was he, because like, when did he end up with Mila? Because this is giving a vibe of like, I'm living my best life. I'm young. I'm having fun. I'm seeing like the fangirls and like, again, like Insta DMs and stuff like that. So I feel like more of like a naive energy with this. More of like just starting off. You know what I'm hearing the song is, what is it? Young, Wild, and Free. Where it's like, so what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. I feel like his card is like the vibe of the show itself. It's just like, I'm just here to have fun. So I feel like this is more of like the beginning of when this all happened and occurred, because this feels rather semi-healthy. This does not feel bad. This feels like, I really do feel like he had a say in the scripts or something. Maybe just his own script, or maybe he had, you know what I'm hearing is like creative, what was it? I lost it. Creative. I feel like, you know what I'm seeing is like, I'm seeing typing on a laptop and I'm seeing like Ashton pointing at like the set, and I just feel like he had more of a say in that show, but I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments if I have any big That 70 Show fans in here, but I'm going to move it along. Mila showing up as the 8 of Wands. I feel like she was ready to be famous. Like she was just like, yeah, let's go. Like that's kind of the vibe. It was like, I'm ready to be in the spotlight. I'm ready to get my accolades. Isn't she a Leo? Yeah, she's a Leo. Yeah, that bodes well with that. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like this felt so good for her. You know what I'm seeing is like, because I wasn't a big fan of the show, That 70 Show. I was like in the Friends era, and those shows seem to compete. It's giving me, how do I explain this? It's almost like the Jennifer Aniston of That 70 Show. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Like, what show came first? Because it's giving me this side vibe of like, I want to be the next it girl. I want to be the next hot girl. Like, I'm extremely passionate about this. What do I got to do to make myself famous? Oh, well, she was young and newer back then, so that kind of makes sense. You know what I'm hearing is like, put on the spot. So like maybe put on the map. So like maybe this helped really jumpstart her career. But this just feels like really passionate, really wanting to be noticed, really wanting to be it girl is the vibe. I want to be it girl. Moving on to Danny. Oh, good Lord. 10 of Wands in reverse. A burden not worth having. A burden not worth having. But what's interesting is I wanted to pull on the energy of him. So I almost feel like, did anybody early on, maybe it could have slipped, or maybe like they jokingly did in a candid interview or something like that. Did anybody on the cast actually talk shit about Danny being problematic on the show? Being, because you know what it's giving me? You know how like he disappeared from the ranch, like I said earlier? It's giving like if we had a choice, we'd chuck him. But you know, actually, I could kind of understand this because they're like referencing me and how he was one of my favorite characters in that show, to be honest with you. So I feel like I'm hearing fan club. So I think like, I feel like he was the tyrant of this show. I feel like he was the asshole behind the scenes. Just like I read earlier, he feels like such a jerk, just trying to control things. Whereas it seemed like Ashton had the creative eye. It seemed like Danny was like my way or the highway. Yeah, I'm hearing the song My Way or the Highway now. I feel like a lot of the cast and crew did not like him. Like right away, I feel like he was problematic. If anything, it's giving me the vibe of like, I'm hearing you're not too far off in terms of like his character. Like, remember how Hyde was like kind of toxic? He was like the D-bag of the group. It's giving like, it's not that far off from who he actually is. And that's kind of why it worked, because that's who he is inherently. You don't care about other people. Like I'm seeing scenes where like he was rude and disrespectful to women and rude to Jackie when they had like a thing and whatever. And it's like, that's the vibe of who he is as a person. And so I think that's why that was such a great role for him, because it was like, you know how like people do like method acting where they try to become the actor? It's like he didn't have to become the actor. He already was Hyde. That's the vibe. Remember earlier I was like Jekyll and Hyde and I kept laughing because I was like ironic? No, like I wouldn't be shocked if like that name came up because he gave Jekyll and Hyde vibes, you know? Like what if, I don't know how that works. Maybe they already had the name Hyde, but it's just giving like he really fit that. He was a problem from the rip. I see him causing a fuss on the set. I see him throwing fits. I see him walking out. I see him throwing the paper down, like the script. I see him yelling at other cast members. I just feel like he was the problem child of the group. That's the vibe. Moving on to Donna, because I know these two aren't as prominent these days. Donna's a Scorpio, and she came out as a Queen of Cups reversed. So I don't know exactly what was going on in her life at that point, but she sure as shit wasn't happy. Did she not want this role? Did she not care? Is she emotionally just dead inside? Because like Queen of Cups in reverse is someone who's just like emotionally depleted, drained. Oh, it says emotionally depleted on the card. That's funny. Just like, you know what's funny is like my guides just drew me to this. I feel like there was something going on in her life around this time. I'd have to pull more cards. I really don't feel like it's worth it because I don't feel like y'all care about the actress that played Donna. I don't even know her real name to be. I don't think she's a bad person or none of that. It's just giving like, oh, okay. I feel like she was excited about this. You know what it's giving me? It's giving me childlike wonder. It's like, oh, I'm casted into that 70s show, and this is a show about a group of friends, and I'm hearing the theme song, hanging out down the street, and it's like you see the circle and everybody's just friends. I feel like she thought that this would create an atmosphere of actual friends, like cast and crew becoming real life friends. And I feel like she was very quickly almost like rose-colored glasses were taken off. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't realize that this is all work, no play. I feel like she thought she would make actual connections with these people, and she didn't. It feels like out of all of them, like, it's weird because like when I tap into these energies, they kind of almost fit who they play to a degree. Like Wilmer, I would say he is the most innocent of the group. Like he was just focused on his money. And then Donna, you know how she was so loving in the show and like so focused on love and relationships. And I would say that that's her personality in real life, or at least at this point in time. And I think she thought that she'd make great friends. And she very quickly realized that I think the work environment itself was hostile, and this is gonna be a long reading. I don't care. I will not cut this off just because I need to fit a certain time frame. I'm looking into this shit. So if you're bored, just bye, I guess. I don't know. Or also just be grateful, because who else is gonna do an over hour reading? This is a long time. But anyway, that being said, me rambling. I feel like I'm tapping into her energy, because like now all of a sudden I'm moody. I feel unappreciated. You know what's funny is I'm being drawn to my fool's gold. I feel like she thought that, again, it's just like I thought that this was going to be something exciting and real, and like we can create friends and create bonds and move forward. Because like, has anyone seen her in anything other than that 70s show? Because I really don't think that I can, at least off the top of my head, think of anything. But yeah, because I'm hearing the word networking, and it's just like, I feel like she had high hopes, and they were very quickly taken away from her. And she very quickly realized that this was a job just like anything else. And then finally, moving on to Eric, this one's kind of weird. This is kind of giving me like the runt of the bunch. I feel like, you know what I'm hearing is stupid. I'm hearing the word stupid. And I don't like calling people that. I would never, well, I would never say never, but not without a good reason. But it's giving like, I feel like maybe he wasn't as serious. Maybe he was just kind of immature. Again, it's kind of giving the vibe of his actual, because like, remember how like he would argue with his parents and he was really ungrateful and he was just kind of childlike. It's giving the same vibe. It's like, did he have any prior acting before this? Because it just feels like you know what I'm hearing is like, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I feel like if you were to ask, he was the weakest link of the group. Like, it feels like he didn't have as much to offer. It feels like maybe he messed up his lines more than the other people. It just feels like we had to hold him up. But because of the relationship dynamic that everybody was attached to of Donna and Eric together, it was just like, I'm hearing again, like cheaper to keep her, but more so Eric. It's like, you know how like shows will kill off main characters because like they run out of stuff to do and they still need the excitement, and so they'll kill off someone you really care about. It's giving like that 70s show and Friends. It's like there are just certain things you can't do with shows like that. You can't kill off a cast member like that unless, you know, they're charged of rape or something like that. Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to say that. My apologies. Eric was never, I don't know. But it's just giving like he was the most immature of the bunch. He was the one that had to, you know what I'm seeing is like a cow and like that whole lasso thing. It's like, we got to get you back on focus. We got to get you, he just feels like the child of the bunch. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Just not as serious, more like, because I almost hear his voice being like, guys, come on, like, let's have some fun. Like, this show is literally about us smoking weed and having fun. Why aren't we having fun? And you got someone like Wilmer who's focused on his money. You have Ashton who's focused on creating the show and adding to the show. You have Mila who's focused on building herself and her fame. Then you got Danny who's just a complete juvenile bully. Donna quickly realizing that she's not going to make real connections, and then Eric is just like a child. It almost kind of feels like a trauma response, to be honest with you. I feel like he was like the comedic relief. That's what I'm getting, comedic relief. Like, I feel like Danny started a lot of problems. I feel like Ashton was more like the peacekeeper. I feel like he definitely also stood his own, but I feel like because Aquarius, they're not going to be ones to be like, oh, no, yeah, I'll bow down. No, it's not really given that as much. It's just more like, he kind of gives like dad energy of the group, if I'm being honest. More like, whereas Wilmer would be like, I'm just focused on my money. Like, y'all just do whatever. Be toxic over there. You know what I mean? Like, it's giving like, Wilmer's giving like, the cool kids are sitting in the lunchroom and I'm sitting by myself reading a book. You know what I mean? I'm focused on getting into Harvard type shit. That's the vibe of Wilmer. And it's just like, Eric is the class clown. You know what I mean? You know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye? Great example, Spirit Team. What is that? Oh my God. Hold up. Okay, because I can't think and channel at the same time. I'm having a hard time and my brain is starting to kind of give up because I'm hitting an hour mark. That movie, I believe it was from the 80s, where all these kids from different cliques all had detention, and they ended up like being friends, and they all like wrote a note together, and they end up like, yeah, whatever. It's giving like they all kind of came from different backgrounds and they were all put together. So when you have a clash of like, it, yeah, because like the movie, it's like the jock, the popular girl, the nerd, the hoe, although sex positive over here, the quiet one. It's giving that. It's like, this is the bad guy from the movie. Frick, what is the name of that movie? Someone tell me in the comments, or I'll probably just Google it after. But this is giving the bad guy. Donna's giving like the innocent redhead chick. Eric's giving that nerdy kid that was really sweet and innocent. I don't remember his name. Mila's giving kind of a mixture of the popular redhead meets that goth chick that was like just different, you know, like putting myself out there, wanting attention, kind of that vibe mix. Ace of Wands, Ashton would be the cool kid. Knight of Pentacles, I don't really know who he would fit, but you know what I mean? It's given the vibe of like we all come from different backgrounds. We're really not as alike as you would think. And I feel like it's just very different personalities all coming together. So I'm hearing clusterfuck, to be honest with you. With all these different personalities coming together, of course there was going to be some sort of turmoil, but I see things playing out in the background. Danny throwing a fit. Ashton trying to deal with the problem. Once Mila's actually involved with Ashton, I feel like she got involved as well. Like, hey, let me calm this down for y'all. Donna wanted no part of it. She was disappointed from the rip. She thought that there'd be friends and family involved in this. You know, Wilmer's just chilling in the background trying to make his money. And Eric's like the clown. Like, I'm just seeing class clown in my head. So that's kind of the dynamic on the show behind the scenes. Let's see if we can get anything else. I'm not sure. That's a great start. Bad luck. Why? Hold on. That's not enough. Internet. Did someone cause a problem for this show? Danny. Well, no, because the show was over by then. I don't... Grief, bad luck. Out on the moving forward. Why do I feel like someone wanted out? That could be Donna, to be honest with you. I feel like someone wanted... You know what I'm seeing is a breaking down. So, did the contract specify how many seasons this show would be? Because this is kind of giving me the vibe of like, we want to break apart. We want to break off. We're over this show. It's giving like Mila wants to do things on her own, movies, stuff like that. It's giving Donna doesn't want to be a part of this because what she thought to be true was not true. So I'm getting more like the mourning from her, bad luck and despair. Kind of the same with like Eric and Wilmer. It's just kind of like, I don't know if this is really worth what I signed up for. I feel like Danny was way more problematic than we actually know about, which is kind of why it's hard to pick up on the show itself, because it's just like what I feel is a bunch of different energies being incredibly frustrated in terms of the dynamic behind scenes, but they can't do anything about it. So like I feel Donna's sadness, and I feel Eric trying to be like, hey guys, like let's be funny and let me do something stupid to like change the vibe. And I feel like Wilmer just kind of stepping to the side, and I feel like Danny just causing problems. Like I'm seeing a kid in an elementary school that like flips the desk, you know what I mean? And it's just giving like what we saw on the TV was people that like were really super close, but in reality, no. I don't buy that for a freaking second. They were not close offset. They were not friends at all. Especially with Donna being the fact that it says emotionally depleted on the card. I feel like I said that, right? I said that and then I looked at it. I don't remember. But it's just giving like what we saw is not, yeah, great example. I'm seeing John Cena go, you can't see me. It's like what we saw was not what was really happening. Like there was just a lot of chaos behind the scenes is the only way I know how to describe this. King of Wands. They did pour a lot of money into this show. I feel like that's why they're like, nah, we're because I'm hearing the song, if we go down, then we go down together. And it's giving like, I put too much money into this project, and so you're going to do it whether you like it or not. And there's no male fire signs here, so who? It's Danny. I feel like Danny's been, you know what I'm hearing is like a thorn in my side. I feel like Danny's been a problem forever. Forever. I feel like people just made excuses for him time and time again. I feel like he was incredibly manipulative. I think he pulled on people's heartstrings. Because, yeah, now I'm going back to Danny. It's like the focus isn't even on that 70s show now. I'll pull a few more cards, but if this is just going to go back to Danny, I don't really see a point. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't get to speak their truth with this show. I feel like this was, again, it's giving like toxic business vibes before we all started this movement of, hey, let's hold management responsible. It's giving like, I'm going to do my work and then I'm going to leave. But if I had a choice, I'd get out of this. Because like I'm seeing like contracts being ripped up. I don't think that actually happened. I think that's more of a metaphor of like, I don't think all the main characters wanted to be on the show anymore. I feel like this was, how long was the contract? I don't know if I'll remember to look that up, but it's just, I feel like there was a lot more going on behind the scenes than we know about. And it's just giving like 6 completely different people coming together, trying to get along, and Danny being the bully of the group. And so your work environment's toxic. And what am I going to do about that? It feels like, because these two feel like him. It's like I'm juvenile. I'm trying to be in the spotlight. I want to be the center of attention at all costs. But I'm aggressive. I'm rude. I'm a bully. And it's just like, I'm hearing no cause for reflection. I feel like he doesn't have any ability to self-reflect, which I know doesn't make sense with the Hermit card being upright, but followed by the 4 of Pentacles in reverse is like trying to look at myself, but in reality, like I just want the money. Like I just keep hearing the song with the Nicki Minaj, all I really care about is the money. Like I can't even pick up on the show because Danny's just coming through again. Let's see. Yeah, this show was toxic in the background. Detach what we don't see, because the star would be like fame and in the spotlight, but it's reversed, so it's what's hidden. And then Lovers, that's romance, but it's also like choices. And it's like, if I had a choice, I would detach myself from this toxic environment. That's the vibe of that 70s show. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You know, it's just with the star in reverse, the Lovers being choices, and then followed right by the Devil, detachment. It's just like if I feel like there has been upset on this show. Did anyone come out and speak about the environment? Because like what I'm seeing is like all the people that have recently come out, that's like Disney, for instance, and all the Disney stars that are like, you don't know what we've been through with our environment. Like as kids, like we were being abused and we weren't allowed to eat and this, that, and the third. And it's giving like podcast vibes. It's given like, I want to tell my story. But then the moment I said that, I saw NDA. So I wonder if, oh, I burped again. It must be true. It's just giving like, I can't tell my truth. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't be a part of this. Yeah, not worth the investment of everything I put into this. Behind the scenes conflict with cast members. 3 of Cups in reverse. That's people coming together, but that's reverse. That's negative. That's not a celebration. That's not a good time. 5 of Wands in reverse. That could also mean inner conflict, but it's giving me more conflict behind the scenes between the castmates. They were not friends. I'm not buying that. I almost feel, whole circle around to the beginning here, that Ashton and Mila, I feel like they were just kind of, they're not really friends with Danny, not in real life. I don't buy that because it just feels like they're just tied together because of this show. And so because of this show, we still got to kind of talk. We still got to kind of speak on one another's behalf and stuff like that. But again, I feel like Danny has one hell of a power play. But I'm going to end this with Dark Mirror Oracles because I just final look at Danny. I'm already over an hour, so screw it. Why not? Some people appreciate that, these long-ass readings, and I enjoy doing them. So, you know, I will grab the Dark Mirror. 1 second. Gotta admit, I'm a little sorry that I did that 70s show poll just because, like, that was... I thought I'd get more information, but it just feels like... You know what it's giving me? It's like Danny is like his one... It's like a one-man circus or one-man show or whatever the hell. And so it's like... You know how, like, if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, they consume you? So, like, there's no room for anything else. There's no room for anyone else. I would guarantee that if these people could actually speak their truth, they would be like, that show was hell outside of what you saw on the cameras because of Danny. That's why, like, he took over the That 70s Show reading, because it was just like Donna's unhappy and Eric's being a child. It was just giving... Breakfast Club. That was the name of the movie. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see. Any final... Danny. This man is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. He feels like a narcissist. Or at least has narcissistic tendencies. I mean, do I honestly have to be socially appropriate with the verbiage of narcissist when he went to jail for R-ing women? Like, do I really have to be perfect with my words here because he's a POS, respectfully? Does he have addiction problems? Do we know? Does he have addiction problems? What is the story with the women? Because this almost kind of gives me like come here, come hither. And now I'm seeing like the white van where it's like, I lost my dog. Help me find my dog. I feel like he played to women. You know, actually, the relationship of the family not working out makes total sense now because didn't those things happen while they were together? So I guess that makes sense. Anger and change. Yeah, dude. This guy's a narc, respectfully, for entertainment purposes only, but I would say facts, but I can't because I don't, God forbid. But, did he have addiction problems? Which I'm not making excuses for anything at all, ever. But it just, remember how I said that, like, on That 70s Show, he was the problem child? And now I'm asking about him in the oracles, and we're seeing anger and chains and addiction, and I won't cry for you. This is emptiness. I feel like, you know what I'm seeing is just, like, he takes down everybody in his wake. Like, I'm seeing, like, major catastrophes, like landslides, stuff like that. And it's like, he hurts everyone he's around. He does not have any self-awareness. He doesn't give a fuck, respectfully. Like, the energy of him is just not a good one to be in. I feel like I can't stress enough that if he's not a narc, he's got narc tendencies. At the very least, this man doesn't care about anybody but himself, and he's very angry. I'd be interested to know about, like, his childhood or something like that, because the level of anger that this man has, the level of, like, audacity, the level of I'm in control, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're little. I don't know why that Matilda scene is just popping into my head, but it just feels like he needs to be in control. He always has to be in control. It does not matter. He will step on anyone. He will hurt anyone. I feel like he numbs himself. I feel like there's trauma with childhood. I don't know the extent of it, and respectfully, I'm not going to do a reading on it unless you want me to, but I don't really care to understand why he is the way he is when he harmed women the way that he did. I don't care. But that being said, if you want me to look into it, I will. But we shouldn't humor his life and then try to understand him, because what he did is unforgivable in my opinion. But anyway, moving on. This man, oh my goodness, what is wrong with this dude? He has to be the center of attention. Like I said, with this envious, you know what it's giving me? I'm seeing like One Direction, and how like originally they all wanted to be their own, but then they became the group because that was the option they had. It's giving like, I'm jealous of my coworkers, I'm jealous of everybody and anyone. I have to be, like, I'm seeing a king on his throne. This man has one hell of a superiority complex. Oh my God. So I don't buy that Ashton even liked him. I feel like he was coerced to make that, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, coerced to say that that dude's a good dude. I don't buy that. If anything, I feel like he's a just control freak. Like, oh my God. Yeah, he's numbed out. He has forgetting oneself. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. So I feel like I'm going to leave it at that because I've already gone way too long. So again, as always, this was all alleged for entertainment purposes only. How could I possibly know? Obviously, Danny is probably a lovely person. Loser. Wrong L. But that being said, as always, if you enjoyed these readings, please leave a comment down below. Please like this video. It really does help my channel. Let me know if you could fill in some of the gaps, because when I channel, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And frankly, I don't know enough about these people. So if you could fill in some gaps for me, that'd be great. Let me know what you guys want to see in future tarot videos. Let me know what you want to see in future self-development videos. Let me know what you want to see, period, so that I can make it happen for you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you, besties. Have a good night. Bye.